Good morning everyone. This is Pavani. Today I would like to take for 10th standard the Dear Departed Part 2. In my previous class I have taken the Dear Departed Part 1. Today let us see Part 2. Okay. So yes. So in the previous class, they thought that Abel Merriweather was dead, okay. But the girl Victoria Slater, she said that Grandpa is awakened and he is about to come downstairs. Like that she said, and everyone were in shocking status, okay. So now we will see. Abel, he has come down. What's the matter with little Vicky? He sees Ben and Mrs. Jordan. So now Vicky means here nothing but Victoria. Okay, what's the matter? Then now he sees Ben and Mrs. Jordan. So once when he came from top, he has seen who are the two people have come to the house. Ben and Mrs. Jordan means nothing but Elizabeth. Okay. So hello, what brings you here? How is yourself, Ben? So what happened? How did you come here? What brought you here? Like that. He asked. Who asked? Abel Merriweather asked in that way. Then Abel thrusts his hand at Ben, who skips back smartly and retreats with Mrs. Jordan to a safe distance below the sofa. So now Ben did not understand whether he is a ghost or else really he is a live person. He didn't understand. Okay. So he was little bit far away from the sofa, and then now see what happened. So Mrs. Slater approaching Abel gingerly. So Mrs. Slater, she came. Approaching means she came forward, and gingerly means what? In a careful manner, in a careful way. What is the meaning of gingerly? In a careful way, she approached to her father. Father, is that you? So she put a question to father only, that is that you? She pokes him with her hand to see if he is solid. So what she thought, actually he was dead. So by seeing him, she went near to him and she was asking him, Father, is that you? Then she poked him. Okay, she poked him. She touched him to see whether he is solid, whether he is a live person or not. So she poked him. Then next, Abel. Here poke nothing but push. Okay. So Abel. Of course, it's me. What? You are going on asking me, is that you? Means who is me then? It's me, he said. Don't do that, Amelia. What the devil do you mean by this tomfoolery? So now what happened? Abel Merriweather got angry. What happened? Why you're asking me, is that you? Okay, don't do such kind of things. What the devil do you mean by? So what the devil? What is the meaning of what the devil here? Old fashioned way of displeasure. Old fashioned way of displeasure. Pleasure nothing but happiness. Displeasure means sadness. Okay. So now here, what happened to you? Why did you ask me such kind of question? Don't ever do that. Like that, he said. And what is the meaning of tomfoolery? Foolish question. So you are putting a foolish question. Is that you means? Then whom am I? Like that, he said. Okay. So what is the meaning of tomfoolery? Foolish. Then Mrs. Jordan, you took us by surprise. Father, are you keeping quite well? So now Elizabeth started asking. Mrs. Jordan means Elizabeth. Elizabeth's husband name is what? Ben Jordan. So that's why we are calling here Mrs. Jordan. Mrs. Jordan nothing but Elizabeth. Okay. So she asked her father, Father, are you keeping well? Are you quite well nowadays? Like that she put a question. Then Abel, trying to catch the words. Hey, what? What are you putting all these questions? I'm fine. Like that he said. Then Mrs. Jordan, are you quite well? Again she posed a question. Are you quite well? Then Abel, hey, I'm right enough, but for a bit of headache looking at Amelia. Amelia, what the dickens did I do with my new slippers? So now what happened here? He said that, hey, I'm right and I'm good. Okay, just I had a headache. And what he said, looking at Amelia, he looked at Amelia and he asked, what the dickens did I do with my new slippers? So what is the meaning of what the dickens? Old fashioned and informal. Okay, what is the meaning of Dickens? Old fashioned and informal or surprised. So he didn't find his new chappal, his new slippers he didn't find. So he was asking, what about my new slippers? I didn't find. Like that he asked Amelia. Then Mrs. Slater. Mrs. Slater nothing but who here? Amelia Slater only. Then confused. Aren't they by her father? So she asked, aren't they? There itself they were there, no? Aren't they? Like that she asked. Then so now see here. Abel, I don't see them, observing Henry trying to remove the slippers. So now what happened? So she said a lie. No, your chappal must be there only. Haven't you seen your chappal there only? Like that she posed a question. And in the meanwhile, Abel Meriwether didn't understand. Okay, already I have seen my chappal were not there. Why my daughter is talking like this? He understood in that way. He thought, okay, he was thinking. Then in the meanwhile, what happened? He noticed that Henry was trying to remove the chappal from his feet. Okay, then what happened? So observing Henry trying to remove the slippers, why you have got M on, Henry? So now what he said? You have got your chappal, why did you put on my chappal? Who said? Abel Meriwether said to Henry. Then what Henry has given the answer. So before Henry has given, his wife spoke. Now see, Mrs. Slater. Promptly, I told him to put them on to stretch them. So no, father, actually I have forgotten. I only gave your chappal to him because once when we purchase new, at that time the chappal will not be good. If at all, if we put on, it won't be good, and we get burning sensation. So because of that, I have given your chappal to my husband, so that if we put on, like what happens, it will stretch. So after that you can use those chappal and you will not feel that burning. Like that she gave the answer to whom? Abel. They were that new and hard. No, Henry. So now what? So actually the chappal were new and very hard, and if at all if you put on, it won't be good for you. So because of that, I have given those chappal to my husband. So once when he put on, it will stretch. So at the time you can use. Then Mrs. Slater snatches the slippers from Henry and gives them to Abel. So she took from her husband and she has given to Abel Meriwether those chappal, who puts them on and sits in the armchair. So again he put on his new chappal and he sat in the armchair. You know, armchair means what? The relaxed chair. Okay, when we want to take some rest. Okay, the chair is a comfort chair where we can just like lying down position will be, and we can sit in that chair and we can take rest. Okay, so he sat in the armchair. Then Mrs. Jordan to Ben. Okay, so well, I don't call that delicate stepping into a dead man's shoes in such haste. So haste nothing but what? Spade. Then here Victoria runs across to Abel and sits on the floor at his feet. So now Victoria has come and she was sitting next to, okay, she was sitting on the floor next to whom? Abel Meriwether. Victoria. Now Victoria is trying to talk with Grandpa. Then Victoria. Oh Grandpa, I'm so glad you're not dead. Glad means what? Happy. What is the meaning of glad? Happy. So now what this girl is talking with Grandpa? Oh Grandpa, I'm so glad. I'm so happy that you're not dead. Actually my mother told me that you were dead. But I'm very happy that you're not dead. You're alive. Who said? Victoria. Then Mrs. Slater. In a vindictive whisper. Hold your tongue, Victoria. So now Mrs. Slater said, what? In vindictive whisper. Talking about someone in harsh manner. Vindictive whisper means what? Talking about someone in harsh manner. So immediately she shouted at her daughter. Who? Mrs. Slater. Then hold your tongue, Victoria. Then Abel. Hey, what's that? Who's gone dead? So now what the girl asked Grandpa, I thought you were dead, Grandpa, but I am very glad you were not dead, she said. No. Then immediately when she said that word, immediately who interrupted in the middle? Mrs. Slater. What did she shouted? How she shouted at Victoria? Hold your tongue. Then immediately Abel understood something and he asked, who's gone dead? Who was dead here? Then Mrs. Slater. Victoria says she is sorry about your head. Okay, not dead, Dad. Victoria told you that. Just now you said that you are like feeling like headache, no? So that only she said. Not dead, it is head. Then Abel. Ah, thank you, Vicky. But I am feeling better. So what he understood? Okay, maybe she said head only, but I heard dead. Okay, so for that he said, okay, thank you. And then later on what happened? Okay, later on what happened? Abel. Why, Ben? You're in mourning. So now what happened? Everyone put on mourning dress. I told you in the previous class. Mourning dress, whereas in our place we use white for peace, no? So we put on white clothes. But whereas in other countries they put on black clothes. Okay. So now he asked, Abel asked Ben. Okay. So his son-in-law, he asked him, why are you in mourning? Okay. And Lizzie too. Lizzie nothing but Elizabeth. Okay, Elizabeth nickname is what? Lizzie. And even Lizzie also put on a black dress. What happened? Are you going anywhere? Anyone is dead? Like that he is putting the question. And Amelia and Henry and little Vicky and even Amelia, Henry also and even Vicky also. Vicky nothing but Victoria. everyone put on this black dress. Why? What happened? Who was dead? So who's gone dead? It's someone in the family. In our family, anyone is dead. Why did you put on all everyone black clothes, and why you people have come here? Like that, he put the questions. Then he chuckles. Okay, he didn't understand why they put on like that. Then Mrs. Slater, no one, father, a relation of Ben. So no one but a relation of Ben's. Ben's means who? Elizabeth husband. Okay, Ben Jordan, no? A relation of Ben Jordan. He was dead. So because of that, we put on black dress. Like that, she said. Then Abel. And what relation of Ben's? Who is that? What relation of Ben's? How? Who is that person? Who is dead? Then Mrs. Slater, his brother. So who is dead here? Ben's brother is dead, they said. Then Ben to Mrs. Slater, damn it, I never had one. So now what Ben was telling, I don't have brother only. You are telling that my brother was dead. Who said? Ben Jordan said like that. Then Abel, dear, and what was his name, Ben? Okay, let it be. Okay, you have a brother. Okay, what is his name? Who is asking? Abel. Then Ben, at a loss, he crosses to front of a table. He don't want to tell some other stories. Okay, just he moved from that place. Who? Ben. Then Mrs. Slater, right side of the table, prompting Frederick. So from right side of the table, what she is telling, this person Ben went to the another corner of the table, and whereas Mrs. Slater, she only said no, that Ben's brother. So because of that, she is prompting Frederick. You say Frederick like that. One name she is giving. Okay. Then Mrs. Jordan, left side of the table, prompting not Frederick, Albert. So what she is telling? Mrs. Amelia Slater is telling that Frederick, and Ben's wife is telling that Albert. Okay. Then Ben, Fred, Al, Isaac. So what he said? Fred, Al, Isaac. Three names. So he said Isaac, and Albert name Al, and Frederick, Fred. So he added the three names and he said. Then Abel, Isaac, and where did your brother Isaac die? So now what happened? Okay, your brother name is Isaac. Then where did he die? In which place he died? Then Ben, in Australia. So what he said? In Australia he was dead. Then Abel, well, I suppose you have only been waiting for me to begin tea. I'm feeling hungry. So okay, everyone are holding a cup of coffee or tea in your hand, but I am feeling hungry now. Who said? Abel Merriweather said. Then Mrs. Slater, taking up the kettle, I'll make tea. So what she said? Okay, then I'll get tea for you, she said. Then Abel, come along now, sit you down and let's be jolly. Abel sits at the head of the table facing spectators. So now what happened? Now everyone sat down and they were talking with each other. So now you can see in the picture, right here, you can see in the picture, he is Abel Merriweather. Okay. And Ben's wife Elizabeth, he is Henry Slater, and she is Amelia Slater, and this girl is a Victoria. Okay. So now here, Abel suddenly recollecting, he was recollecting the things. Amelia and Henry, what the devil did you mean by shifting my bureau out of my bedroom? So he noticed the bureau there. Okay, you can see in the picture right here, only half of the picture you can see. So what happened? Why you people have brought my bureau here down? What is the need to bring my bureau down? He posed a question. Then now Elizabeth will understand, no, okay, this bureau belongs to my father, but my sister has brought already here. She will understand that. Then now Henry and Mrs. Slater are speechless. So they have become speechless. Why? Because now Ben and his wife Elizabeth will get to know the fact. Okay. So do you hear me, Henry, Amelia? So he shouted, do you hear me? I am asking you something. What made you to bring my bureau here? Like that, he posed a question. Then Mrs. Jordan, what bureau? Was that father? Okay, you are talking about that bureau only. Was that father? Who said? Jordan. Mrs. Jordan, nothing but Elizabeth. Then Abel, why my bureau? The one I bought. So why did you bring here? Again he put a question. Then Mrs. Jordan, pointing to the bureau, was it the one father? So you are talking about that only father? Like that she was pointing out at the bureau. Who? Elizabeth. Then Abel, that's it. Yes, I am talking about that only, he said. What's it doing here? So what it is doing here? Then a pause. A pause means no one said anything, just a silence. The clock on the mantelpiece strikes 6. Everyone looks at it. So suddenly what happened? The time is exactly 6 and the clock struck 6 o'clock. Okay. So immediately everyone looked at that watch. Then Drat me if that isn't my clock too. What the devil's been going on in this house? So now here, what happened? Drat me. Drat me means what? Damn it. What happened? That is my watch. That is my wall clock. How it has come here and what's going on here? I don't understand. Why my bureau was brought here and why my clock was brought here. Like that. Who got angry? Abel Meriwether got angry. Then a slight pause. Okay. Slight pause means it's a temporary stop. Then Ben, well, I'll be hanged. Okay, so now Ben understood that. Okay, before coming, these two people only, they have brought whatever the things they want. Then Mrs. Jordan rising, I'll tell you what's being going on in this house, father. Nothing short of robbery. So now Elizabeth, what she's telling, okay, father, you don't worry. I'll tell you what is happening in this house. Nothing but robbery. Okay, they are stealing your things. Like that she said. Then Mrs. Slater, be quiet, Elizabeth. So Slater got angry when she said robbery is going on in this house. So immediately what she said, be quiet, Elizabeth. Then Mrs. Jordan, nothing but Elizabeth. Okay, I'll not be quiet. Oh, I call it double-faced. So I won't be quiet. Before coming me only, you have robbed all the things. I won't be quiet. Like that she said. And what is the meaning of double-faced? Double-faced means dishonest. What is the meaning of double-faced? Dishonest. You are very dishonest people. Okay, like that. Who said? Elizabeth. Mrs. Jordan, nothing but Elizabeth said to her sister Amelia Slater. Okay, then Henry. Now, Elizabeth. Then Mrs. Jordan. And you too. Are you such a poor creature that you must do every dirty thing she tells you? Now, Mrs. Jordan, Elizabeth is telling to whose husband? Amelia's husband. Okay, my sister is a stupid lady. She want to rob everything. You are also along with her. Okay, if she says something to steal, you too will steal without thinking any other thing. So all the things which are in this house, it belongs to both of us, to me and my sister. Then without coming me, how can she take all the things? Like that she got angry and she was talking with whom? Amelia's husband. Okay, Henry. Then now here, Abel. Now Abel understood. Okay, rising, thumping the table. Thumping the table means hitting hard. So when there is a discussion, like a fighting, it's going on. Okay, so then immediately he was thumping. Thumping means hitting hard. They were sitting on the dining table. No, he was hitting hard the table. So will you be quiet? Like that he shouted. So now see here. Damn it all. Will someone tell me what's been going on? Again he said that actually why all these things are happening. Will anyone will tell me actually what's going on? Who said? Abel. Then Mrs. Jordan. Yes, I will. I'll not see you robbed. Okay, so what she said? Okay, father, I will tell you. And I don't want you also to be robbed by these people. Okay. So now see. Abel. Who is been robbing me? Who will rob me? Who will try to rob me? Like that he said. Then Mrs. Jordan, Amelia and Henry. Who will rob you? Amelia and Henry only. They have stolen your clock and bureau. Already they have stolen your clock and bureau. Then now next you only. They will rob you also. Then working herself up, they sneaked into your room like thieves in the night and stole them after you were dead. So slowly in the night they came to the room and they have stolen the things. Okay, they have whatever the things they want, they have stolen from your room. When you were dead. What she uttered? When you were dead. Actually this person is alive. He was not dead. So now see, Henry and Mrs. Slater. Hush, quiet, Elizabeth. So now both of them, actually the person don't know that okay, these people were thinking that I was dead, but with her words he can understand. No, so immediately what they uttered, Henry and Slater, hush, quiet, Elizabeth. Then Mrs. Jordan, I'll not be stopped. After you were dead, I say. So now what she said, after you were dead, they have tried to steal all your things and they have stolen already your bureau and clock. Then Abel, after who was dead? I don't understand. Who is dead here? Then Mrs. Jordan, you only. So what she said? You only, she said. Then Abel, but I am not dead. So what he said? But I am not dead, I am alive. Then Mrs. Jordan, no, but they thought you were. So actually they thought you were dead. So because of that only they tried to steal the things before we come here. Then Abel gazes round at them. So gaze means what? A fixed look. So he was looking at them. He was staring at them. What is such a people I have? Okay. 2 daughters I have and how they are thinking about me. And even though if they thought I was dead, they were not in the mourning status, but they were trying to fight with each other about the things which are there in the house. He felt like that. And then Now, Abel, oh, so that's why you are all in black today. So, okay, now I understood. So, because you were thought that I was dead, so that's why you were all in black dress. Then you thought I was dead. He chuckles. That was a big mistake. So, that was a big mistake you made. He sits and resumes his tea. He will sit down and again he will take a tea. Okay, he'll continue with his tea. Then Mrs. Slater, sobbing father. Okay, she was crying in front of the father. And Abel, it didn't take you long to start dividing my things between you. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. Since your mother died, I have lived part of the time with you, Amelia, and part with you, Lizzie. Well, I shall make a new will, leaving all my bits of things to whoever I am living with when I die. How does that strike you? So now what happened? So before dying, me only you have started deciding that okay, I'll take this thing, I'll take that thing. You are not least bothered about the dead person, okay, and you are not crying at all, but you were dividing, you are trying to dividing the things. So let me tell you something. What he said, it didn't take you long to start dividing my things between you. So you have not taken much time to start dividing the things. I'll tell you what I am going to do. So what he is going to do, since your mother died, I have been, okay, my life half like what, some months or some years I have stayed with Lizzie nothing but Elizabeth, and some years I have stayed with Mrs. Slater, okay, Henry Slater. Then I have lived with two of you, but now I have decided that I don't want to live with you because you are no way concerned, okay, because you don't love me. If you love me, you never do such kind of things, okay. So now I also decide one thing, that with whom I am going to live, okay, I'm going to write a new will, okay, new document, that in my last days with whom I'm going to live, to that person only all my property belongs. Like that I'll make a new will nothing but document, okay. Then now Mrs. Jordan, you know, father, it's quite time you came to live with us again. So now what she said, father, leave about all this what happened now. So now it's the time that you have to stay with me. All these years you have stayed with sister. Now it's the time you have to come along with us now. I will take you to my house. Who said? Ben Jordan. Okay, means Mrs. Jordan said. Then we would make you very comfortable. Okay, there we will see everything, whatever you want, every comfort we will give you. So you come with us. No need to feel like this, she said. Okay, Elizabeth. Then Mrs. Slater, no, he's not been with us long as he was with you. So compared to you, like what, how many years father has stayed in your house, those many years he didn't stay in my house. Till some years he has to stay with me only. So he will not come with you now. I'm not going to send father to your house. Who said? Amelia Slater. Why? Because in my house he stayed less years. Okay. So same, he has to stay in my house also. So after completion of all the years, then I will send to your house, she said. Then what happened now? See, Mrs. Jordan, I may be wrong, but I don't think father will fancy living on with you after what's happened today. So I may be not wrong, because today what happened, you thought he was dead and you have decided to take out all his things. After happening such kind of thing, I don't think father will stay with you. Who said? Elizabeth said to Amelia. Then what happened? What Abel said now. By hearing this word, what Abel said. It seems to me that neither of you has any cause to feel proud about the way you have treated me. So what he said, I am not proud of my any daughter here. Both of you are of same. So here I can't tell that only Amelia has done a mistake. Amelia has an eye on my property, or you don't have eye on my property. I cannot tell you all that. Both of you are of same. You are not like what, loving me. Then Mrs. Slater, if I have done anything wrong, I'm sure I'm sorry for it. Okay, father, if at all, if I have done anything wrong, I'm really extremely very sorry for that. Who said? Amelia said. Then Mrs. Jordan, and I can't say more than that too. So even I also say sorry, father. I can't say more than that. Then Abel, it's a bit late to say it. Now neither of you care to put up with me. So already it has become very late. So I don't want to stay with any one of you. Who said? Abel said. Then Mrs. Slater and Mrs. Jordan, no, father, don't take such a hasty decision. Okay. So either you have to stay with sister or with me, they were asking. Then Abel, hey, you both say that because of what I have told you about leaving my money. Well, since you don't want me, I'll go to someone that does. So now actually you are fighting for the money and for my property, but you don't have the love and concern on me. Then Ben, come Mr. Merriweather, you have got to live with one of your daughters. Now what Elizabeth husband, what he's saying, Ben, okay, now stop all this, whatever is happened, let it be now. Now you have to live with one of your daughters. So with whom you want to live, you decide. Okay, we are not forcing you, but you have to. Then Abel, I'll tell you what I have got to do. So actually I also have a plan. So I'll tell you what I'm going to do. So on Monday next, I have got to do three things. So on Monday next, I have got to do three things. What are the three things he want to do? I have got to go to the lawyer and alter my will. So actually I must go to the lawyer. Alter means to change. What is the meaning of alter? To change. So I need to change my will. Document, property document I want to change. And I have got to go to the insurance. First one is what? He need to go to the lawyer to change his will. And second one, he want to go to the insurance office where he'll pay every year, okay, his premium. So he want to go to the insurance office and pay my premium. I have to pay my premium. I didn't pay still. And I have got to go to St. Philip's Church. Third place is what? He has to go to St. Philip's Church and get married. So what he said? First he said that I want to go to the lawyer to change my will. Will nothing but document, property document I want to change. Second thing, he want to go to the insurance office, okay, when on Monday, okay, insurance office. Why? Because he has to pay the premium. And the third one is he want to go to the St. Philip's Church because he wanted to get married there, okay. So Ben and Henry, what? Everyone was shocked by listening this word. What? They said. Then Mrs. Jordan, get married? To whom? Then Mrs. Slater, he is out of his senses. So what Mrs. Slater said, in this age, father, what he is thinking? Will he marry someone? He is out of his sense. What he is talking? At least, can he think what he is talking? Like that she said. Then general consternation, means everyone kept sad feeling, okay. Then Abel, I say I'm going to get married. What's happened? What's wrong? I told you that I'm going to get married, he said. Then Mrs. Slater, who to? Then whom you want to marry, she said. Then Abel, to Mrs. John Sharrox, who keeps the Ringo bells. So he want to marry whom? Mrs. John Sharrox, means already that lady was married, okay. Mrs. John Sharrox, who keeps the Ringo bells. We have had it fixed up a good while now, but I was keeping it for a pleasant surprise. He rises. I felt I was a bit of burden to you, so I found someone who would think it a pleasure to look after me. So actually I too was thinking from many days. Why? Because you're feeling burden, okay. You're feeling me as a big burden to you. So because of that, who likes me, I want to stay with them. So because of that only I have taken this decision. Mrs. Sharrox likes me a lot, so and she takes care of me a lot, so I would like to marry her. Then we shall be very glad to see you at the ceremony. So now you can come to the church where we are going to get married, okay. He gets to the door. He went near the door till Monday. Then 12 o'clock at St. Philip's Church. So what he said the time? At 12 o'clock. Where is the place? On Monday at 12 o'clock, St. Philip's Church. You come to our wedding ceremony, okay. Then opening the door, it's a good thing you brought that bureau downstairs, Amelia. So what he said while going, very good, as I am old, I cannot get my bureau down. It's a good thing that you brought my bureau down. I can carry it very easily, he said. So it will be handier to carry it across to the Ringo bells on Monday. He goes out and it is very easy for me to carry to the Ringo bells because it's my thing. I need to take it, and I'm very thankful to you that you have brought my bureau down so that it is very easy for me. So everyone, have you understood what is the story? So never never think about the property and about the money, but you have to give importance to your parents, okay. Why? Because they have brought you to this world, so you should give importance, more important, utmost importance to parents. After that only other people, okay. Never leave your parents. Love your parents always. Listen to your parents because they think about you more than what you think about you. Understood? They think more about you compared to what you think about you. Did you get me? So everyone should treat their parents like what they are, the gods. Okay, first thing, God. Okay, we give much priority to God, next to parents, next to your teachers. Is it clear? So everyone try to understand your parents, never deceive your parents, never cheat your parents, live with your parents and make them happy with your attitude, with your behavior. Okay, so I hope everyone have understood this lesson. Thank you one and all.